Good afternoon, it's Chris Potter, May 23rd, 2017, sharing an article with you from Astronomy.com. Researchers find a tiny moon around an unnamed dwarf planet. This was on May 18th, 2017 by John Wentz. You can see the picture above. 2007 OR10 is the largest body in the solar system with no common name, and now that no-name dwarf planet with a diameter between 800 and 950 miles, roughly 1,290 to 1,528 kilometers, has been discovered to have a moon. As the name implies, 2007 OR10 was initially discovered in 2007. It's the third or fourth largest object in the Kuiper Belt, Kuiper Belt, just after Pluto, Eris, and Makemake, or Maki, whatever you want to call this thing. There is some debate as to its size. Dwarf planetary scientist Mike Brown lists it as the fourth largest. I will put the link to this article below, while other estimates place it above Makemake, Maki in diameter. Brown's graduate student at the time, Meg Schwab, discovered the world. It is a bright red icy world that swings from 33 to 101 astronomical units in its orbit. Again, they say that 1 AU is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, and Neptune is at 30 astronomical units. OR10 has a very slow rotation rate, which hid the moon in plain sight from Hubble for quite some time. Or like Sophia, not Hubble. It's a large moon for OR10 size, estimated at 150 to 250 miles or 240 to 400 kilometers in diameter. The higher estimate places the moon at the lower limits of dwarf planet status had it orbit the sun on its own. A body is considered a dwarf planet if it can attain a round shape and is only in orbit around the sun and not another body. The moon is about 1/4 the size of OR10, a similar ratio to the moon and Earth. So now there's a dwarf planet without a name with a fairly large moon around it. Maybe this boasts the case for giving it a real name. Here's the second article from astronomynow.com, dated May 18th, 2017 as well. Hubble spots moon around the third largest dwarf planet. The same two images we just saw. These two images, taken a year apart, reveal a moon orbiting the dwarf planet 2007 or 10. Each image taken by Hubble telescope's wide field camera 3 shows the companion in a different orbital position around its parent body. The combined power of 3 space observatories, including NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, has helped astronomers uncover a moon orbiting the third largest dwarf planet, cataloged as 2007 or 10. The pair resides in the frigid outskirts of our solar system called the Kuiper Belt, a realm of icy debris left over from our solar system's formation 4.6 billion years ago. With this discovery, most of the known dwarf planets in the Kuiper Belt, larger than 600 miles across, have companions. These bodies provide insight into how moons formed in this young solar system. The discovery of satellites around all of the known large dwarf planets, except for Sedna, means that at the time these bodies formed billions of years ago, collisions must have been more frequent, and that's a constraint in the formation models, said Kasaba of the Konkoly Observatory in Budapest, Hungary. Like a cassava melon? Sorry. He is the lead author of the science paper announcing the moon's discovery. If there were frequent collisions, then it was quite easy to form these satellites. The objects most likely slammed into each other more often because they inhabited a crowded region. there must have been a fairly high density of objects, and some of them were massive bodies that were perturbing the orbits of smaller bodies, said team member John Stransberry of the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore, Maryland. This gravitational stirring may have nudged the bodies out of their orbits and increased their relative velocities, which may have resulted in collisions. But the speed of the colliding objects could not have been so fast, or too slow. According to the astronomers, if the impact velocity was too fast, the smash-up would have created a lot of debris that would have escaped from the system too slow, and the collision would have produced only an impact crater. So collisions in the asteroid belt, for example, are destructive because objects are traveling fast when they smash together. The asteroid belt is a region of rocky debris between the orbits of Mars and the gas giant Jupiter. Jupiter's powerful gravity speeds up the orbits of asteroids, generating violent impacts. The team uncovered the moon and archival images of 2007 or 10 taken by Hubble's Wide Field Camera 3 observations. Observations taken of the dwarf planet by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope first tipped off the astronomers of the possibility of a moon circling it. Kepler revealed that 2010 or 10 has a slow rotation period of about 45 hours. Typical rotation periods for Kuiper belt objects are under 24 hours. Kiss said, "We looked into the Hubble archive because the slower rotation period could have been caused by the gravitational tug of the moon. The initial investigator missed the moon in the Hubble images because it is very faint." The astronomers spotted the moon in two separate Hubble observations, spaced a year apart. The images show that the moon is gravitationally bound to 2007 or 10 because it moves with the dwarf planet as seen against a background of stars. However, the two observations did not provide enough information for the astronomers to determine an orbit. Ironically, because we don't know the orbit, the link between the satellite and the slow rotation is unclear, Stansberry said. The astronomers calculated the diameters of both objects based on observations in far infrared light by the Herschel Space Observatory, which measured the thermal emission of the distant worlds. The dwarf planet is about 950 miles across, and the moon is estimated to be 150 miles to 250 miles in diameter, boo. 2007 or 10, like Pluto, follows an eccentric orbit, but it is currently 3 times farther than Pluto is from the sun. Gotcha. We're almost done, boos. 2007 or 10 is a member of the exclusive club of 9 dwarf planets. Of those bodies, only Pluto and Eris are larger than 2007 or 10. It was discovered in 2007 by astronomers Meg Schwab, Mikey Brown, and David Rabinowitz as part of a survey to search for distant solar system bodies using the Samuel Oschin Telescope and the Palomar Observatory in California, yet another telescope. The team's results appeared in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. Let's just go ahead and read this last part. The Hubble Space Telescope is a project of international cooperation between NASA and the ESA, European Space Agency, and NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, manages the telescope. Supposedly, the Space Telescope Science Institute, STSCL, in Baltimore conducts Hubble Science Operation. STSCL is operated by NASA, by the Association of Universities for Research in Astronomy, Incorporated in Washington, D.C., my boo. Thanks for watching again. Have a good day. Thanks for subscribing. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Yeah.